This is the Backhoe version of the Komatsu PC3000 mining excavator, and in real life it weighs around 250 tonnes. This version of the model is in the colours of Miller Argent, which is a UK joint venture taking forward the Fosse Fran land reclamation scheme in Wales. And it's a big job because it started in 2007 and is due to run for nearly 18 years. Inside the box, the model is held securely between a pair of expanded polystyrene trays, and it's best to warm your muscles up before you try to get it out because it's one heavy piece of metal. It's quite a big model and it certainly feels very robust. Also included with the model is a bag, and that just contains some spare pins for the access ladder. Underneath, things are pretty simple with some detailing on the body, but the track pads do have a detailed and distinctive shape. The drive sprockets have bolt heads detailed, and the rest of the frames are simple with working rollers. There are plenty of metal handrails and ladders all around the body, but they're slightly fat for the scale. At the back, the Miller Argent logo is sharply printed on the counterweight, and a nice touch of the big grills on the sides which have the perforations indicated. The cab interior is reasonably detailed, and there are plastic mirrors on the outside. Up on top there are textured walkways outside the cab, but the rest of the surfacing is plain. And the black equipment cabinets are fairly plain too. There are soft hydraulic hoses running to the boom, where the hydraulic pipes are moulded within the casting. The bucket teeth are separate castings, and the large bucket is attached with reasonably discreet rivets. This model is a big chunk of metal, so let's get it on the Weight Watchers scale, and it's over 6 pounds or nearly 3 kilos. So try holding that at arm's length. I can only manage 3.5 hours. Out in the CranesEtcTV mine, the tracks won't roll on a smooth surface, but they are actually very easy to turn by hand, and they're spring loaded too. One nice touch for a big heavy model is that it does have working rollers, and that's both top and bottom. Let's try the tracks out on a rougher surface, so here's some nice quarry floor, and with the tracks able to bite they roll really well, so you won't have to lift the model up if it's too heavy for you. In terms of rotation, the big heavy body turns fine. There's an occasional hint of stickiness, but nothing that would alter your hourly production. Time to try out the digging movements, and each one is controlled by twin rams, and they're very stiff. So it takes a great deal of effort to pose the model in the position that you want, but there's no danger at all of the rams bleeding down over time. This big Komatsu is a rough, tough machine designed for heavy mining applications, but it's no match for the giant CranesEtcTV hand, which is able to bend it into submission. There's one other feature on the model, and that's the staircase which leads up to the cab, and it is retained in position by a small pin. To lower the ladder you need to remove the pin without dropping it on the floor, and then the ladder just folds down into a position where the operator can get on and off. Time for the genuine imitation real life test, and let's get the Komatsu loading up a truck. Wait a minute, what's going on here? You can't use a big mining excavator to load up a road tipper. This is outrageous behaviour by the CranesEtcTV team, and there has to be retribution. This model in Miller Argent colours has been made in a run of only 300 models, and it's big, heavy and robust. This casting first appeared back in 2006, so it's not the most detailed, but if you like mining models then it's recommended.